I'm Eiléan Ní Chuilleanáin, and I'm going to read a poem that I wrote for Leyland Bardwell, who lived in the Gate Lodge and at another time in Maggie's cottage in Anamakerrig. It's called The Raging Foam, which refers to the foam mattress that she had in her last house in Sligo, which was dragged out when there was no room to put anybody to sleep in the house. The Raging Foam. For Leyland Bardwell, February 1922 to June 2016. Everything is late after an awful spring. The morning sun floating among clouds when it ought to be shining between those two tall trees. The fresh blue flower that should be here to catch the light, making the minute real, not open yet. They miss their yearly meeting. I hear the news of her death, and I wonder. The seat behind her house that was a sun trap right by the sea, the waves splashing and foaming on the rocks below. Is the sun late there? Is there only shade? The foam breaks and withdraws. It's a scatter of moments remembered, my life, her life, and I gather them all up, old scenes that are broken rumours thrown high by the waves, the horses swimming to the pier, the baby in her cradle tossed into the waiting curragh. A segment I recognise, the foam, soapy water under a boat's side. And looking down now in the profound bay of memory, trying to guess how deep, I see her in a ladylike tweed coat placing black spectacles to read in a clear, ladylike voice the night Patrick Kavanagh died. Walk on serenely, do not mind that promised land you thought to find. I know the date Kavanagh died. I know the date in 2013 we lost her on the train to Cork and found her again on the station, walking on serenely, accompanied by the remote jingling of the keys of all her houses, the voices of all the strays, remembering the floors they slept on, the unhooking in the small hours. And even in the late nights, when the house was full already, they dragged it out, the raging foam, for the last of the Lachicos with no home to go to. The wild girl in Leixlip, the mother in London, her children dancing half naked in summer on Karl Marx's grave, the woman I rode out with in the Phoenix Park on the little polo ponies, which was later than some places and before so many others. I remember, or she told me, or someone had the story. But as the sea rises up to flood the pools between rocks, making one shining surface of rising water, where all the reflected lights floating shine together, they carry the glint of all the colours, the headstalls of horses, the written pages, and her face. They are there with scraps and overnight guests and children, claiming, allowing no precedence. Only the black cat crouches on its dry shelf of time, the last of a dynasty of kittens. I'm going to read a poem by my husband, Macdara Woods, who spent so much time in Anamakerrig and did so much of his best writing there. This is the first section of a long poem called Miz Moon, who is a sort of a fictional character. And the beginning of the poem is about looking out at the lake in Anamakerrig and imagining Miz Moon. Miz Moon. Just one time more, Miz Moon, here by the lakeside, waiting for the dark, testing out these inland moorings, milestones and mornings in fading rooms. Do you remember the rooms, Moon, the smell of rooms? Dust after rain in Marrakesh, sweet smell, cumin and coriander blowing on the wind, cedar and cream and almonds, jus d'amande, okra, rosemary, petrol fumes and keef. Running before the wind, Moon, every day down to this museum of furniture and memories and rooms, all to be vacated before noon. I hook onto phrases, pictures, scents. Do you remember the Delphine Verde? Or white mornings up in Azrou, temporary cool in the reef, and the smell of cool crisp flowers in the Atlas, our tiled hotel in Ouarzazate, a nestling cruciform scorpion asleep under the arch of my boot. Patterns of grace notes. The bat's wing stretched is a dusty leaf. There is no one now beneath the willow but blue and vacant glaze. And on the stairs last night I smile for the camera, this time turned by a ghost. Looking down now, like Peter Quint, I see two figures in a boat traverse the lake, laughter after movement, till distance takes them in among the trees. We inhabit rooms of pictures, Moon, ceramic pictures, painted plates. Long live Tyrone Guthrie and Anna McCarrig.